Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. And what is this video about? Well, in September of this year, I made one sample pack every day. Yes, that's 30 sample packs, 30 days, 30 sample packs, one a day. I did it. And I uploaded them all to my Patreon, where you can go and sign up and download all of them. For £5, you could get 30 sample packs. We're talking thousands of sounds that I made. I made one pack every day for 30 days. And you can go and download them and use them. And I'm also running this thing where for all my paid members, they can download the sounds, make a track, send me the track, and then I'm going to do a live stream and we're going to listen to everyone's track. So if you want to get involved in that as well, then be my guest. But if you don't want to do that, then I'm going to share with you some of the techniques that I used in order to make one sample pack every day. And on average, each one took about 30 minutes, sometimes more, sometimes less. And that really depended on how much work I put into sort of doing the sound design in order to generate the sounds. The actual part of creating the pack itself really takes no time at all. So it's a case of like, how much work do you put into doing the sounds? So I'm going to sort of maybe do a couple of those things, maybe three, and show you how I was able to do that. So to start with, I'll just make like some sort of crazy sound design percussion thing using Mel. So I'm just going to create one clip here. Don't know why my tempo's at 108. Let's set it to 120. I'm just going to draw in like one note here. I'm just going to, do stuff that I've normally done loads of times, get the expression control in and just kind of meld out a bit. So it's taking a little while to load. That's interesting. All right, there we go. So let's start with maybe setting these all to random, and maybe we'll still, first of all, we'll map the shape, the engine shapes, whatever, on oscillator A. Let's just have a listen to this. So every time that randomizes the engine, we get a different sound. Let's keep going. Oh, already we're getting some interesting sounds here. Let's set this one to random, go to map and map it to the shape. And then this one here, let's go to random and maybe map that to the fade. My phone just went off. Turn that off. No phone during YouTube. Okay, and then maybe let's do like a little bit of stuff here. And maybe I'll try out this membrane resonator. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, this is pretty cool stuff. Let's maybe map the let's maybe map another random to the frequency here, and then one to the Q. Yeah, get these very interesting sounds. Yeah, cymbal sounds. Okay, so let's do a little bit of processing. Let's maybe get the drum, but where's the drum bus? Let's get the drum bus in here. Just to sort of thicken it up a little bit. Thicken up the twinklier sound. And then maybe let's get a limiter. Put the limiter on here. And then, so in order to like take care of some tails, some of those sounds are going to tail for quite a long time. Just a quick bit of automation, maybe using this utility to just put a little fade out at the end. So we'll click here, we'll go show automation, and then I'll just do like a little sort of fade out here like this. So no matter what happens, it's just going to fade out at the end. Yeah, some of them will be. Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness me. All right, so there we go. Now we've just got like the start of our little sound design jam. And now what we need to do is just basically record like a load of samples. And then that's it, it's kind of done. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to use the follow actions on the main channel. So I'm going to first, well, I've already got a resample channel set up here. Let's rename this to Meld Perk. And that's just going to resample everything that's coming in on the main channel. So what we need to do is basically create a load of follow actions on the masters to just say, trigger this scene, then 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 this scene, and then stop. So let's just do it with 8 scenes. Otherwise, we're going to be here for ages. Actually, let's do 16. Let's do 16 scenes. See if we can fit them on the screen. Okay, maybe I can collapse the sends. Oh, hang on a minute. Collapse the sends. There we go. Now we can sort of see them all. I only did 15. Let's do one more. Okay. Now we can see them all. So we're going to need to make duplicates of this clip, because what we're going to do is we're going to trigger this clip, but also trigger the launching of the recording of this clip in this track. Now, if there's nothing in there, that won't happen. So we need to have a clip in there. So I'm just going to duplicate all this clip all the way down here. And then I'm going to go to main and click on, where is it? Click on this first scene and yes, populate out this window here. And let's bring this down a little bit. Right, there we go. And then I'm going to select all of these scenes and I'm going to turn on follow action and I'm going to say just next, just play the next, trigger the next scene. And then it's going to do that. The action time is how long it's going to take before it triggers the next scene, does the next follow action. So 1 bar is fine. But for the last one, I'm going to say on scene 16, I'm going to say the action is stop. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to trigger this first scene. It's going to play this clip. It's going to trigger this clip slot, which is going to record the output and then go to the next one, come all the way down here and then stop. So let's arm this track to record and let's see if this works. No, it did not work. Why not? Because I probably need to say trigger recording on launch. So right click the scene. I think that should be for every single scene now. Yeah. Right click the scene and say trigger recording on launch. Right, let's try that again. So we trigger the first scene. There we go. It's working. There we go. There's our sample pack being made. Let's listen to it, shall we? Have a sip of coffee. My goodness me. Oh, that was Mario-esque. Okay, coming to the last scene. And stop. There we go. There's our sample pack. Where's that Mario one? Was it that one? Yes. So there you go. That took no time at all. And I was able to do that for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of scenes. I would do either 127 samples or 64 samples or whatever, depending on the size. If they were like longer, like if they were loops, like maybe for 4 bars, then I would maybe do 64 because then that would kind of keep the sample pack kind of quite low. But if you're not concerned about storage or size or whatever, you could do thousands and thousands and thousands of these. So we've done that now with some one shots. Why don't we try doing it with maybe some loops? Now, will I be able to do this in the same project? I guess I'll have to find out. So I think all I will need to do is just mute these. So let's mute those, turn that off. And let's make a kind of little randomized, randomizing drum rack thing. So let's get a drum rack in. Let's go to the instruments. Let's get the DS kick in here. And wow, things are taking a long time to load today. Let's put the, where's the snare? Let's put the snare in there. And the hi-hat. And I think maybe that will do for now. Let's maybe put another hi-hat here. Go into the choke group and choke these 2 hi-hats into the same group. Group 16. Okay, that's fine. So now I'm just going to make a little pattern where I'm going to use a lot of the probability in the chant. So let's just draw in like a load of kicks here, a snare here, here, and a snare. Yeah, and maybe one here and here and here. And then we'll just put the rest kicks in here like this. And let's maybe do, let's get rid of the pen. Let's select some of these and pull the velocity down a touch, but put the deviation up a little bit. Let's pull out the chance. And let's say all of these have a chance of about 50%. And then same for the snares. I'm going to select these. Select this one, pull the velocity down a touch and the chance down a touch. And let's see what that gives us. Okay, we can maybe even bring the chance down a bit more, I think, on these ghosty ones. Yeah, and these ones too. I'm going to hold shift, select that and select that. Pull the chance down on those ones. All right, let's put some of these in, some hats, and give these all a 50% chance. And then some of these. And bring the velocity down. Bit of deviation. This is an open hat, so let's give that more decay. There we go. Now, how can we randomize these? Well, I'm going to randomize these with the expression control, but I'm going to put the expression control in another cell so that I can kind of program in another MIDI note to randomize the sort of adjacent instrument. So we could maybe put the, where's the expression control? We can put one expression control here. And this can get a little fiddly, but it's quite rewarding. Actually, I've got a random preset where everything is. No, that didn't work. Okay, I've got a preset here for random. I can just put that. They're all set to random. So for this first one, let's map this to the kick drum and say let's randomize the decay. And then we have to go back, and then we go to the next tab and we click map, and then we go to the kick drum again, and we say let's randomize the pitch. Then we go back again, and we go here, click map, and then go back to the kick. It's very fiddly. It's quite fiddly, but I think it's worth it. So that envelope, that decay is a little bit too short. So let's just say for that, which one was it? Was the decay? Okay, let's say that this has a minimum of 25%. So you have to get a little bit finessey. Is that the word? Fiddly? Is that the word? To sort of get good results. Otherwise, the whole thing is sort of a waste of time. And you don't really want to go through them all. And I personally didn't want to have to go through them all and delete the shit ones. Like I wanted to be fairly certain that they were all going to be of a reasonable standard. So I put the work in, quite meticulously ahead of time to make sure that these are the parameters that are going to get randomized. And I'm fairly confident that they're all going to sound pretty good. And none of them will be crap. And then I won't have to edit them out or whatever. So let's just we can listen to this. So that's already been randomized. So I could say for this, let's rename this to kick R&D. And then if I go into the MIDI clip, I can see that kick R&D there is now a MIDI note lane. So I just put in a note there like that. And then when the loop comes back around, it'll randomize the kick drum. There we go. Maybe a bit of drive. Okay, let's maybe map a random to the drive. So it's okay. Let's go map, kick, and drive. But let's maybe say go about 25%. Okay, and then we just repeat the process for the snare. So we'll go to so we've got a cell now for snare R&D, or maybe RMN, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So let's map that to the decay of the snare. And so already we can see that is at 1%. That is not good enough. So let's go back and let's just say 25%, the minimum range. And then let's map another one to say the color, and another one to the tone, and then another one to the tune. You can go as deep as you like. I'm just being quite quick because there's now we need to draw in a note to randomize the snare. There we go. Okay, all right. There's a slight problem there because the spill of the release from the previous randomization is spilling into the next loop. So probably what we'll need to do is give it less decay. So let's put the decay down to 50%. Actually, let's try 10% and 35%. Brilliant. All right, let's do now the hi-hats. We'll do them separately, even though they're meant to be the same instrument. Doesn't matter. It's electro. Who cares? So let's map this to the pitch. Let's draw in let's rename it. Let's rename it to hat R&D. and draw in a note to randomize the hat. Okay, it's randomizing the pitch. Okay, let's try maybe randomizing the tone. I think for this one, let's just pull the decay down. Yeah. And then let's randomize the noise type. Yeah. All right, let's do this other hi-hat now. So let's just map the same stuff. We'll map the pitch, and we'll map the noise type, and we'll map the tone. Rename it to hat 2 R&D, and then draw in a note. All right, sounding fun. Let's drum bus it like a buffoon. Some of those kick drums are a little stupid, a little bit high, so maybe we could change the high pitch of that to 60%. Okay, that's sounding pretty good. Now we just make our sample pack. So we've already got all our scenes set up to go, so we can pretty much just repeat the process. So I'll make another track here, and it can just be this, and let's just call it DS loops, and we'll need to set this to resample in our audio from here, and then we need to copy that clip for the amount of times that we want to, for how many samples we want to make. Now, I don't think anything should happen with these. They'll just play, but they're muted, so that should be okay. All right, let's see if it works. Go, and it stops. I was a little bit foolish with some of the gain staging there. Some of them looked a little clippy, but no, they look, some of them might be a bit loud. Anyway, so be more careful than I was just then. So there we go. We made a very quick sample pack of 16 loops, and they're all sort of in a little different. And the reason why I like to do this stuff is because, like, in the future, when I just maybe need to grab something that I can just pull in that I know is going to be of a certain vibe or a certain sound, I can just drop it in. If I just need a drum loop here, I can just drop this one in. Okay, that's fine, and it's good to go. And I know that it's going to be, it's not going to sound like anyone else because I made it. but I'm also curating it so that I know that, like, okay, these ones are going to be a bit electronic, or these ones are going to be very distorted, these ones are going to be very ambient or something. So yeah, maybe we could do like some sort of ambient experiments now. So okay, we've done some like one-shot sounds, we've done some randomized drum loops using drum racks. It's really cool, this thing of putting an expression control in the drum rack and randomizing stuff in the drum rack. You could just trigger a note and get a completely different sound. Anyway, let's try something else. So maybe we could do like some chords or something. So I'm going to make a new MIDI track, and what could we use? Let's use like electric. Let's go for some sort of electric piano thing. Where's electric? Where is it? There it is. Okay. Let's put electric in here, and I'm just going to draw in one note here like that. And this is what we're going to get. That. Okay. So these ones, I'll do these ones for slightly longer. Let's say this one is 4 bars. And then what we're going to have to do is that later on, we're going to have to change the follow actions to go for 4 bars. Because I'm going to use some reverbs and delays on this one. So I want to have loads of tails and stuff. So let's start with just kind of like getting this MIDI note event to just randomize like a chord or something. So let's get scale in. We could use the global scale. Actually, yeah, let's use that. By the way, if you're following along, you won't be able to do this in Live 10 or beneath. You'll only be able to do it in Live 11 upwards because Live 11 introduced follow actions on the scenes. So that said, you could just trigger them manually if you wanted to. You could just trigger the scenes manually, or if you have a launch pad or a push, you could just make your way down all the scenes. This is just kind of fun because you can hit go and leave it and come back. All right, let's go for minor blues. And let's get the chord in. So I'm really interested in this chord, what they've updated it here. You've got this cool strum thing. So if I sort of play that, it sort of strums them. But it only does it based on how long the note is. So let's make this note nice and long. Okay, that's good. And let's go back. Oh, isn't that tasty? And they've introduced this chance for each voice of the chord. So let's maybe add in some more here. Let's say this one's going up. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to mangle all these anyway. And then let's turn the chance on and give them all something like 60% chance. This is really interesting. I wish the arpeggiator could do this. It would be fun if you could have the arpeggiator say that, you know, I'm playing a 3-note chord, but I want them all to have 25% chance. I mean, maybe you could do that with this, but anyway. Yeah, you can hear how some of them don't come through. If we go in the opposite direction. Yeah. And then what we're going to do is we're going to randomize that chord. Oh, I can never remember if it's before or after. Let's just put them, let's put one before and after. So we need to turn the scale awareness on here. Right, it's done that now. Oh, I'm going to have to set these all back up. All right, so let's say it doesn't really matter. They're all going to get random. Let's just dial in some numbers here. Let's go the opposite direction here, maybe something like that. Okay, and turn the charts up. Okay, that's good. Let's put the random at the start as well. All right, now let's get the expression control in. Bring in a random expression control, and let's randomize the strum. I don't really know much about electric in terms of like I pretty much just drop it in and use the default sound. I've never really explored it, so I'm just going to sort of, I don't know, randomize all this stuff as well. Maybe let's just randomize the stiffness and the noise. What's that? Is that? Oh, I see. There was all of these. Oh, so that's. Oh, I see. So that is a UI for the tabs. All right. Yeah, okay. Let's randomize the tine? What the hell is a tine? Can anyone tell me what a tine is? Don't know much about electric pianos other than how they sound. Oh, it does sound fun though, doesn't it? Twinkly. Let's randomize this symmetry. And this, whatever this thing is, type R or type W. Yeah. All right, and now let's kind of make it sound like it's from a Miles Davis record. Let's get like, let's get the amp in. Let's have the gain like really, really low, like 1. Oh, that was a bit much. Let's get the amp in. No, sorry, not the amp, the cabinet. Let's get the cabinet in. And let's randomize the, let's collapse some of these down. Oh, I need to turn those on. Right. Yeah. I'm very new to this scale awareness thing, and I keep forgetting to turn them on when I use them. So, okay, I've turned them on. They're all going to snap to C minor blues. All right. Now let's let's collapse some of these down because I want to randomize some of the things on the amp and the cabinet. So let's just randomize the amp type. Let's randomize the speaker type. Can you do that? Oh, I didn't click map. There we go. Let's randomize the microphone placement and the microphone type. Let's just randomize everything like a nutter. All right, I'm thinking maybe I'd like to give them, let's give them slightly more chance. Let's say 75%. Because sometimes I'm just getting 2 notes. What was that? That was nothing. Oh. All right, let's stick a drum bus before the amp. Where's the drum bus? Stick a drum bus before the amp and really compress that. Okay, and then one final thing I want to do is maybe randomize like a hybrid reverb algorithm. In fact, we'll put that before the amp. In fact, we'll put it before the drum bus, before the amp. Okay, so let's set this to algorithm. Let's get in another one of our random expression control. Bring one of those in. That can just go at the start here. And we'll firstly randomize the algorithm. We'll randomize the decay, and we'll randomize the size. Yeah. Oh my God. I think maybe the note's too high. Let's go down a couple of octaves. Let's go down to like C1. Oh, I turned the volume down. Sorry, internet, for that really loud. Oh my God. I think maybe I'm going too high on the note randomization as well. Let's say 8 choices on this one and 8 choices on this one. Okay, it suddenly doesn't sound like it's on a Miles Davis record. Maybe a Tortoise record. All right, let's maybe do an OTT before this drum bus. Yeah, we're getting into kind of VHS ident. This is what we're getting into. Well, maybe not that one. Or some of them are kind of 1940s noir horror. Right, so what is that noise? Right, okay, so now let's make a new resample track. And we'll just call this one Rhodes. We don't need roads. Can you get the pop cultural reference I made just there? Right, let's set that to resampling, and let's duplicate all of those clips, and we're going to record 16 samples. Now we need to set all these follow actions to 4 bars. So it was 4 bars, wasn't it? Yeah, length 4 bars. Okay, let's go to the where is it? Where's the thing? The master. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's a little fiddly to find, but it's here. So let's select them all and set the action to 4. And let's just check. The last one is for stop, and all the others are for next. Okay, that is good. Is there a quicker way to get there? I think it's that one or that one. There we go. Right. Okay, that's good to know. Right, let's record that. See how that comes out. You know what? Something that probably I could have done would be to automate a fade out. Let's do that. Let's get the utility. Oh, those tails are really... You know what? A reverb tail into ODT is... There's lots to discover there. Right, so let's automate a fade out just to be on the safe side. I can't do that right now. Why is that? Why? Let's stop all the clips. Why can't I do that? It's grayed out. Why do I feel like I've been here before? Is it because... Is it... it needed to be playing. I don't understand why that is. All right, we'll just do a fade out here. Let's just see how that... Okay, they're a little... They are a little aggressive. Let's go to 0.1 on the gain. Set these all to stereo. Oh, there we go. Still quite aggressive, but you know, that's fine. I like that. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's duplicate all of those clips. We've got our fade outs on them now, so we won't get any spill from the previous clip into the next sample. All right, let's see if this works. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love Ableton. It's so good, isn't it? This one's obviously going to take slightly longer because they're longer clips. Yeah, that's pretty sinister. Oh, that was like, oh, the Uber booze is here. I'll go and get it. Yeah, so you can see how that's changing in space because we're randomizing that reverb. Oh my god. These are quite scary, some of these. Oh, that one was very, very nice. Warm and fuzzy. I love that strum thing. There we go. And then it's going to stop by itself because the scene launcher is set to stop. So there we go. I mean, I could go on, but I mean, look, I did all of that in 30 minutes. I did 3 sample packs. And then really it's just you just go show in Finder or show in Browser or whatever, and then you pack them all into a folder and you're good to go. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of it really. I could do more, but I think you get the idea now. So go away and do that. I mean, every once in a while, we all kind of think, oh, I'd really like some new sounds. I'm bored of my samples. And I suspect a lot of us kind of think like, oh, I'm going to go on the internet and browse some. You can do that if you want, but you can just make your own. Just make your own samples. Obviously, go and buy samples if you want. Go and support people who are making decent stuff. Go and support your creators and all that. But if sometimes you're a little bit like, oh, I want some new sounds and I haven't really got any money to buy any samples, just make your own. You can make thousands. It takes no time at all, and it's quite satisfying to watch them just tick down Ableton. All right, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Go and make some samples and go and join my Patreon and download all the samples that I made, one a day for all of September, and make a track and send it to me on SoundCloud, and I'm going to play it on a live stream. We're going to have a special live stream where I'm going to listen to music that's been made by my patrons, but using samples that I made. It's sort of, it's just an idea. Sometimes I come up with these ideas and then afterwards I think, Is that a good idea? But it's too late now. I've told everyone to do it, and already people are getting excited and getting involved in doing it. So I'm going to stream that show on the 19th of October, I think. So if you're just watching this video today, you've got like just 2.5 weeks to make a track, 5 minutes, something like that, and then we'll all get together and hang out and have a nice time, listen to each other's music. All right, let's listen to some of them together. Let's see what these ones. Wouldn't it be fun to like make a load of samples and then use follow actions to just play like a bunch of them? Like, let's duplicate all of these. Let's duplicate all of these scenes. Let's stick an extra scene in here, and let's mute the ones that are actually generating the sounds, and let's just tell these to just play randomly after each other. So let's go to main. Let's select these, go to this one, and just say other after 4 bars. Let's just see what happens. What if you could do that and then just immediately make a weird track with all of the sounds that have been generated? So the way that you could, sorry, I'm sort of thinking out loud now. The way that you could do that is that you could have like this scene. No, I think it wouldn't be possible. Because you'd have to they would all have to be duplicated. Anyway, no, I'm thinking out loud, but anyway, it might be a fun thing to do for another time. You generate a load of sounds and then it will start making the track when it's finished generating the sounds. I think that could be kind of funny. Oh my goodness me. Anyway, enough of that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Go and make some samples. See you next time. Bye.